Gary, an excellent display this evening as we run out as 3-1 winners over Boreham. We really showed our class throughout this evening.
Yeah, class at times. I thought on the turnover of the ball, I thought in transition we was really good. We broke on them. We played with two wide players with real pace today, and we felt they were going to dominate the ball. I mean, they're a side that do manipulate it and move it and do stretch you, but I felt we kept our shape. We stayed compact. We limited them to very, very little in the first 45, which was really pleasing. And you know, obviously worked hard for our goals. I think if you look, it was turnover. I think, you know, we pressed the goalkeeper, and then you look at the second and third. You know, their transition goals where we've punished them in transition. But yeah, there was lots of good performances, really good workout, and against an extremely good team. You know, they are, you know, a good side. They're a promoted side last year. They're well managed. You know, I've got a lot of time for Luke, and I knew it was going to be a difficult game. So yeah, in regards to result and performance, I'm really pleased. So.
We did really well in mostly the first half, but you're starting to get signs of which players you think should be starting come the first game of the regular season.
No, I don't want that to be the case, Jack. I want it to be really competitive right until the end. Of course, we're trying to create combinations and little partnerships all over the pitch. That's, you know, pretty clear to see. But you know, we've got 18 players at the moment, 19 if you look at, you know, one or two on the peripheries as well. And you know, it's definitely a competitive group of players, and we want it to be that way. We want, you know, no place to in the team to be nailed down. We want players not letting complacency creep into their makeup, because I think, you know, that is something that's really important. And with a tight group like we're working with this year, a smaller streamlined squad, I think it's going to make it even more competitive. So, you know, as much as there's been some really good performances in our first 3 games, and I know we've only been 45s and 60s, and you know, a couple of 75s and 190 tonight, but you know, I think it's starting to take shape, and you know, we're very much moving in the right direction, Jack.
And it's Aldershot Town here at New Lodge next. Another great test for the lads to gauge our pre-season progress thus far.
Yeah, I mean, I said, didn't I? I said recently that these 3 games are maybe a game or 2 early. I felt that we needed 2 or 3 games to build into these 3, but Saturday was a good, you know, test for us against opposition that moved us about, and tonight was no different. I thought we were that little more efficient tonight than we were in the first half Saturday. But I thought our structure and our discipline and our shape was really good tonight, and it's going to need to be the same against a really strong Aldershot team. It's a team again that's managed by a friend of mine, Tommy. They've got a goalkeeping coach that worked with me, Dave Smallsy, for a period, you know, long period of time at my previous club. So, and there's a couple of players that I'm familiar with as well. So it's going to, you know, it's going to be a real test, and one that we're going to really look forward to. It's going to challenge us. You know, we'll have to look at the minutes. There'll be some of the players that have done 30s tonight will be the reverse Saturday, and they'll do some 60s and 70s. But it's a really another tough test for us, but one that we're going to embrace, Jack.